Hello, everybody, and welcome to That's Football. It's Watford versus Arsenal this Sunday afternoon. Big game because Watford obviously are potless. They haven't won anything, but they have got their manager back of previous times. I think his name's Flores. But Arsenal also with an opportunity, I believe, to move quite high up the table for them. They'll get a nosebleed. But look, excited to see this game. I've got a feeling that Watford are going to get something out of it. And I've had a very, very good weekend, actually, because I said that Chelsea would go to Wolves and win. And they did. So I think Watford might get something today. Why not? Why not? Why wouldn't they get something? So finally we're live. It's the pink shirt, Marcus, says Zia. Yeah, well, hopefully the pink shirt can do it. But I've just been out for a lovely lamb lunch. So I actually didn't have lamb. I had pork. So I've just come straight from a meal to get live with you people for Watford versus Arsenal in the Premier League. And if we look at the Premier League table, which you can't because I'm looking at it, but Arsenal currently in 7th place with 7 points. A win for Arsenal would take them up to 3rd on 10 points, level with Manchester City. Watford, bottom of the table with 1 point. A win for them would potentially take them out of the bottom 3. So Watford have got to start getting points at some point. Team news for you. Let's start off with Arsenal. Leno, Maitland-Niles, Papadopoulos, David Luiz, Kolasinac, Xhaka, Guendouzi and Ceballos. Ozil, Aubameyang, Pepe, Lacazette is actually out injured for the month, so that's no surprise. But Ozil, the invisible man, wearing the number 10, what can he do? Quite surprised that Torreira drops to the bench, really, but he's gone with Xhaka, Guendouzi and Ceballos. I personally would drop Xhaka, but maybe he wants a little bit of height. On the bench for Arsenal, you've got Torreira, Chambers, Nelson, Martinez, Willock, Martinelli and Xhaka. Watford's team then. I always thought Watford looked like quite a good team, but I go through it now and I'm not too sure. Foster, Firmino, Dawson, Cabaselli, Holebas, Doucouré, Capoue, Hughes, Cleverley, Delafeu and Gray. I don't know what's going on with Watford. I presume Troy Deeney's injured. Maybe someone in the live comments can let us know that, and maybe that leadership is what they miss. But when you look at Delafeu, you look at Gray, you look at Hughes, Capoue, Doucouré, they've got some good players. They have got some good players. Perrier on the bench, I quite like him. Sarr on the bench. That Sarr's very, very fast. Chalobah on the bench, Mariappa, Jan Mat. So it's interesting. It's going to be hard for Wolves today. I don't think anybody should underestimate the fact that it will be hard for Wolves today. But it'll be very hard for Wolves because they've already lost to get me bloody words out. They've already lost to Chelsea. It'll be hard for Watford today. It'll be very hard for Wolves because they're not playing. It's going to be hard for Watford today. But I'm confident that they can get something, and I think it will join. It will be a very, very good point for them if they can get a point. I'm not saying I don't know. What are your score predictions? Let's get that out there first because I like to read some of those out. There's no doubt Arsenal are favourites, and they could just roll into town and win 2 or 3-0. But you know what? Brand new manager for Watford, bottom of the league. There is no way that Watford side. Look, Watford as a team, yeah, maybe they should be getting relegated. Well, could get relegated. As a name, you'd go, it's not a surprise to see Watford going down. But when you look at their team, that's not a team to get relegated. So I think Watford have got to start getting some points on the board, Miss Ford. And if you look at Watford's next few fixtures, they have... Let's have a look. Let's have a little look at this for Watford. So they've got Arsenal today. And then they've got Man City away next Saturday, which they will definitely lose. So this is a big opportunity for Watford to get some points on the board. And that's why I believe they will. That is why I believe they will get some points today, because they bloody well need it. They've got 2 tough away games coming up. They've got Man City and then they've got Wolves away before they play Sheffield United in October. So and then they've got Spurs away. So Watford have dropped a lot of points. Watford have dropped a lot of points against teams they should have took points against, and now they're going to have to start getting points from teams that maybe they wouldn't normally get them against. Talking about Arsenal, they're in the Emmerdale Cup with us on Thursday night. They're playing Eintracht Frankfurt. Then they've got Aston Villa next Sunday. Then they've got United after that. So Arsenal will be looking to get 6 points from the next 2, won't they? Anyway, I've had a few super chats in here. I'm not used to that. Zayn Mayassi, who is an Arsenal fan, I expect him to be noisy today, says, come on, you Gooners. And hey Mark, big fan of yours. I'm an Arsenal fan from Australia. Congratulations on everything you've achieved on your channel. 3-1 today, says TD Shift. No, actually, you know what? It's nice to have some Arsenal fans tuning in. You're very, very welcome. Mark, what do you think of XXX Temptation? He's dead, isn't he? That's from Daniel Plays Games. I've never really listened to his music. Rest in peace. But that's about as much as I know. Deeney's had a minor operation today. Good result for Norwich yesterday. That Gabs says, oh yeah, I mean, let's have a quick chat. The game's going to be kicking off in literally a minute's time. A lot of people are saying this is going to be a draw, which I'm quite excited about. I'm not excited about a draw, but I'm excited that we might end up with a situation where we get a good game on our hands. Really disappointed with Everton, I've got to say. Really disappointed with Everton. I mean, what was going on? What's going on, Everton? Like, seriously, what are you doing? You know, that inconsistency is going to cost them, isn't it? It really is. So they've gone and blown it. Well done to Everton. But yesterday, I mean, match of the day was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. Manchester United won, which is quite rare. I thought Chelsea were sensational. And everybody, look, if you're an Arsenal fan, you know I banter you a lot. But I also banter Chelsea a lot. But I don't know whether it's the fact that they've got rid of the Belgian Nathan Redmond or it's something else. But I'm just very, very impressed with what Frank Lampard is doing at Chelsea. And I think that for me is very special, what he's doing there and what he's building. I wish Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would do the same. So that was the most impressive result of the day, because you get this cliche, oh, it's very hard to go to Wolves and win. I don't think Wolves are that good at the moment. I think they're suffering like Burnley did a couple of years ago when they had the Europa League. So good result for Chelsea. The Norwich game was fully deserved. I thought Man City were going to grab a draw at the end, but they fully deserved that. And I think I think we might get an interesting Premier League this season. I still think it's between Liverpool and Man City, but I think Chelsea will get something out of Liverpool next week at the Bridge. So I think we might have quite an interesting first few months of the season. I didn't want to see Liverpool and Man City just running away with it. I said Liverpool are going to win the league, and I do think they'll win the league, but I think it might be a little bit tighter at the start, which is what we want. Draughty's in the house. Thanks for that. Give Draughty a hello in there. And give him a big shout out for the graphics on That's Football that we've changed this year. We have got... please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. We could get 90,000 subscribers today. It's a bit of a push, but we could do it. So please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Smash a like, and if you have already subscribed, please do click the share button. It only takes a minute, girl. It only takes a second, actually, and you can share it on Twitter and Facebook. So if you like this sort of general football chat, we know we do the United stand and we are biased there because it is the United fan channel, but on here it's for everybody can get involved, and we've got a few watch alongs for you this week. We're trying to do one watch along a week, so we've got Arsenal Watford today, but we are going to do Champions League watch along. So we've got Liverpool versus Napoli on Tuesday night with an eye on Barcelona Dortmund, and Wednesday night we've got a right treat. We've got the Belgian Nathan Redmond up against Neymar. It's PSG versus Real Madrid. So subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner, and make sure you're joining us for those. Mark, Everton are a banter club like Spurs. No history and no style, says Zayn Miassi. Well, Spurs are looking good, mate. Spurs are looking good, mate. Here's another fiver for your amazing channel. Watford and Arsenal have walked onto the pitch, says TD Shifts. Yes, they have. I'm hoping we'll see a good game. I think the one thing you always see with Arsenal is... you always get a story with Arsenal, don't you? But you always see an open game. I don't think Arsenal are the sort of team that's going to sit back. And Stephen Diak says it's going to be 2-1 to Arsenal. But then Fineland David, 2019, says 4-0 to Watford, which is interesting. I think this game could go many ways. I'm going to go with a Watford. I'm going to go Watford 2-1 win as well. But it could, it could go the other way. Of course it could. Who do I think is going to be bottom of the league, Johnny Franklin? I predicted that... I'm sad to say, I actually predicted that Norwich would go down, but the way they're doing at the moment, not so sure. I predicted Norwich, Sheffield United and Brighton, but that's the sort of thing you're happy to be proven wrong about. And here comes Kolasinac here. He's cut out a lovely ball and well intercepted by Watford and cleared. Watford need to get their game on today. I don't understand what went wrong with Watford in their first few games of the season. They should not be bottom of the league. They're far better than the position betrays. But a couple of wasteful balls from both sides of the pitch there. Both, I don't know who did it, but both times they've tried to rake it from one side to the other, and Arsenal have just picked it up. But Nicola Pepe, will he be arriving today? Not with a pass like that. I do rate Nicola Pepe, by the way. I know a lot of people are starting to give him a bit of stick. These are the sort of games he's got to start to join in though. Eddie J says, lots of love for you here, and Drawty, is Mark coming on soon? That doesn't make any sense, Eddie J. 2-1 Arsenal, last minute winner by Guendouzi, says MUFC Fantasy. Zayn Miassi, I knew he was going to get started because it's an Arsenal game. Mark, why do you think Rashford is good enough? You could have bought Lacazette, but Jose said he wasn't good enough and bought Lukaku instead. Yeah, mate, I can't disagree with you slating Jose Mourinho. There are still United fans out there that love Jose, but the best thing is, I was talking about this today, Jose Mourinho actually paid money for Nemanja Matic. He actually paid money, not even monopoly money, real money, £40 million of real money on Nemanja Matic when Fabinho was available. So, look, I don't judge. I think Mourinho is a fossil. When do I think Manchester United will be able to challenge with the top two, Dara? I don't know. I mean, it's a great win for United yesterday, but any United fan you speak to, you look at the fan cams on the United stand yesterday, all those people are actually in the ground, and nobody was gloating about that result. They were happy with the win, but there was a lot to be unhappy with. So I don't think United are out of the woods because they've beaten Leicester. I think it was a very, very good result. But West Ham next week is going to be tough, and then Arsenal after that's going to be tough. So it's game by game for United. I think we said that. When they didn't buy midfielders and they didn't buy any backup strikers, I think everybody admitted it was going to be every game's going to be game by game, because United can win any game, but they can lose any game. Come on, Watford, says James Newell. I mean, come on, Watford. From a Manchester United point of view, it would be very good if Watford did beat Arsenal today, wouldn't it? It would be absolutely fantastic, and that's what we'd like to see from a Manchester United point of view. But that's football. Everybody's welcome here. And if Arsenal turn up and play well, Spurs and Chelsea are potentially competition for United. Cross coming in from Watford there, cleared by Arsenal. Spurs and Chelsea are potentially competitors with Manchester United for top four if United can get that high. I didn't begrudge Spurs and Chelsea winning yesterday when I watched it on Match of the Day and saw the results in the afternoon. I thought they were absolutely fantastic, and sometimes you've got to applaud it. Look, Liverpool are the biggest rival of Manchester United, but I actually do spend a lot of time saying what a good signing Fabinho was. Their fullbacks are a joy. I don't like Liverpool, but I can judge football, and if Arsenal turned up here today and blew Watford away, I'd have to say they're looking impressive. But Watford have got an overlap here. Delafou into the box. He's going to hit it, and it's straight out. Leno, he nearly spilt it, but he's got it, and he's thrown it away. TD Shift says, Man United will be fine this season. They will creep into the top four when Christmas rolls around. I hope so. Liverpool are flying at the moment. Giz one on them smokes. Chelsea next week for Liverpool. With Liverpool, you've just got to look at where their next sort of points to drop may be. Long season, certainly not over yet. 5 points clear of anybody, and that's pretty impressive after 5 games to be making a point on everybody. But we're moving into that stage where there's going to be a lot of games. They've got Napoli on Tuesday, which we're going to do a watch along for on this channel. Then they've got Chelsea away on Sunday. Then they've got Sheffield United away, which you'd expect them to beat Sheffield United, but that Chelsea game could be interesting. Then they've got Leicester, and then they've got United. So they've got a good run of games, and then they've got Tottenham. So, if Liverpool are top of the league come the end of October, they're going to be in a good position. Nicola Pepe's just been chopped in two there by the Watford player, but he's all right. And then he's kicked out and caught the player on the back of the head. It wasn't Nicola Pepe, actually. It was Maitland-Niles. Funny Fundu says, hi, Mark. Watch all the time and appreciate your work on the United stand. Keep up the good work. Thanks for the contribution, mate. Is that an Ainsley Harriott face you've got on, you think? Mark, what are your thoughts on Firmino? Very good player. Very good player. He had the pink boots on yesterday, didn't he? Doing the pink boots some justice, to be fair. Unlike the old prat that Phil Jones. Although we'll probably see Phil Jones on Thursday night in the Europa League, won't we? Pepe's going to score a brace, says Mohamed Ali. Anyway, they've got a good free kick position here, Arsenal. I think it's Mesut Ozil on it. Will he turn up? I haven't seen Ozil play for so long, And even when I've seen him play, you don't see him play. Decent delivery, Watford head it away. Good cross that by Ozil, to be fair, but nobody really attacking us, and Watford head it away. But these are, to be fair to Arsenal, I think Arsenal are a lot better than they used to be at winning these sort of games. If you think about the opening game of the season, I thought Newcastle was a difficult game. They won it 1-0 late on, and I think they've found a way under Emery. They're a lot better. I know they've still got that reputation as of being bottlers away from home, and God did they finish the season badly last year. But they have got a little bit better, and it was hard not to get better because they've been so bad at it. But I don't think anyone would put Watford favourites to win today. They're bottom of the league, and Arsenal have got to be winning these sort of games if they want to see it. Because Arsenal's season's about top 4, isn't it? It really is. If they could get third, that would be like winning the league for them at the moment. And I'm not being disrespectful. I think if United got third, it's sad to say, it would be like winning the league. It would be amazing if we got third. But Arsenal have got to be looking at top 4 this year. Got to be. I agree. I think Hawk's Head says that Robbie Williams in disguise equals Zayn Mayasi. I did hear Robbie was a fan of... Imagine that. That would explain the money, wouldn't it? But I don't think Robbie Williams is an Arsenal fan, so I think we can safely say it's not him. Mark, yesterday it showed you don't need Pogba. We do need Pogba, mate. We were United weren't that... I mean, there's not a lot going on here. There's a foul on Kolasinac. There ain't a lot going on at the moment in this game. I don't know whether Kolasinac is about to get booked here. No, he's not. Mark, who is better, Rashi or Tammy? Says Lee 230477. Well, I think form's everything, isn't it? And I think I'd be a fool to say that. I think Rashford's a potentially better player than Tammy Abraham, but at this moment in time, you'd have to say I've gone all ghoulish. Whoa. Ooh, it was a cold night. It's not. It's really warm. I think Rashford's the better player potentially, but I think as of this moment, Tammy Abraham would have to be the player that deserves the credit. Switched. Chance for Watford. What a save by Leno! What a save by Leno. That was a big chance from Cleverley. Tom Cleverley, remember him? No, I'd forgotten as well. But a good chance. Watford feeding it through. Cleverley running towards the edge of the box. Hits it from just at the edge of the box. Catches it well. It's straight at Leno, but he tips it over bar. That would have been nice. I mean, to be honest, he hits it well, but he doesn't get any positional on it. It's straight at the keeper, who has to deal with it because it's going to go in. But it's a standard save. That's what I was trying to say, Don Ape. Some shot. It was a good shot, Mr. A, but he didn't get any direction on it. It's straight at the goalkeeper. If he'd have put that in the corner, no keeper's saving it. But quite an even 10 minutes so far. Corner for Watford here. Hi, Mark. Thoughts on Man City losing to Norwich, says Alex Marmon. I thought it was fantastic for the league. I would like to see our Liverpool drop some points because I don't want to see Liverpool winning the league. I predicted they'd win the league, but obviously I don't want them to win the league. But it's interesting how many points have been dropped by Man City so far. And also, hold on, might be another shot for Cleverley here. Nah, straight at the keeper, that one. Arsenal fans, you must be really happy because your Premier League wrapped in gold and Yorkie wrapping paper is safe again. Because I think Man City are the only team that could go a whole Premier League season invincible. And they already haven't because Norwich have beaten them. So I think Arsenal fans will be celebrating last night that they're the only team that's had a Premier League wrapped up in gold and Yorkie wrapping paper, isn't it? Because I think Liverpool will lose a game at some point. So yeah, another year for Arsenal to celebrate that they won the Premier League title, drawing over 10 games. And we're invincible, which they seem to think that invincible Arsenal side isn't even the best Arsenal side they've had in the Premier League. I think that's the funniest thing. Mark, look amazing in that shirt. Love from India, says FBKG. I'm getting a lot of love for the shirt. Maybe I'll wear it more often on That's Football. Maybe I'll make an effort on That's Football. I won't be wearing this on the United Stand tonight. Really good show on the United Stand tonight at 8 o'clock, actually. Basically going to be talking about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and how he's at a crossroads. And his next few games will define his career. But here's Deulofeu down the left-hand side into the box. Oh, Pepe did well, but didn't hold him up enough. Shot on the edge. Oh, you've got to do better than that. Who are you? Who was that? Chivo? I've never bloody heard of him. Never heard of him. Didn't even know he was bloody starting. Ben Goodman, as a Spurs fan, wonder what you see in Winks. By the way, adore the show, says Ben Goodman. I quite like Winks. This is played back on the edge of the box by Delafeu to somebody called Chivo, and it's a crap shot. Absolutely crap. Horrible miss, says Denzel Zilwa. Exactly. Sierra King says, which Arsenal side was better than the Invincibles? The team that won the double in 98, for one. They were definitely better. And I actually think your team you had in 99 when you won nothing was better as well. You don't have to win it. I suppose you've got to win something to be classed as better. But the 98 double team was very, very good. I don't think the Invincible team was that good. They only won the league. They didn't win the FA Cup. They didn't win the Champions League. And they drew a lot of games in that as well. It just gets a lot of credit because they went in unbeaten. Which is good, but, you know, when you draw over 10 games to be unbeaten, that's not dominance, is it? I think if Man City went and did it, they'd probably win nearly every game. Mark, can we hear your kids locked? Oh, here we go. Can I just get rid of you? Bye-bye, even. You'll have to open up another YouTube account now, won't you wanker? Burnley will win the Premier League, says Alec Davies. Henry wasn't in the 1980 side. I don't care whether Thierry Henry was in it. Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't in the 1999 United side. Still the better one, even though Ronaldo's the best player we've ever had in the Premier League. Yeah, sorry, that's my opinion. Mark, only Ty is obsessed with the Invincibles, says Amy. I know, he's hilarious. He's absolutely hilarious about those Invincibles. I think if you speak to Robbie or any sane person on AFTV, they do accept that it was a very, very good achievement, but it's not their best team. Please do subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. And we're trying to get up to 90,000. This is Arsenal on the attack, Watford clear. I think Watford have had it's been a very equal game so far, and I think Watford look like I would expect Watford to look. Very, very physical, very athletic, and here's Delafeu down the left again. He's got loads of space here, number 29. What's he doing there? That was one of the worst passes I've ever seen. Watford need to get their head together in the final third. It was lazy stuff. I need to start figuring out who some of these Watford players are. And that'll be a corner. Maitland-Niles not dealing with that one very well. Says I can't hear. Get a bloody hearing aid, Ben. Let me just have a look who that was. Number 29. Capoue. Crap. Absolutely shite that was by Capoue. Heel Pope says that's football karaoke sing-along edition would be great. Cross comes in. Oh, I thought they were going to get on the end of that, Watford. And he's given a foul. I don't like this ref, mainly because he's bold. But Delafeu is a good player, says MUFC Fantasy. He is. I mean, why is that? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. It's a free kick to Arsenal anyway. Pepe or Daniel James, says Blair Heathcote. Of course I'm going to say Dan James. You know, you've got to be loyal. I'd expect every Arsenal fan to say Pepe. I think it's more interesting to see what a Liverpool fan or a Man City fan or a Chelsea fan would say, Dan James or Pepe. And I would imagine most would probably still go for Pepe, but I'm very happy. I'm very happy with Dan James. Do you think Watford will go down? No, I don't. Domestic Butler, to be honest. I think they're too good. I'm very surprised by how bad their start to the season was. I mean, they lost on the opening day at home to Brighton. Who does that? Jordan Finley's a bold man. Good for you. I probably will be in a few years. Where is Decore, says Born Red. He's on pitch, like. He is on the pitch. Hook says, I'm a Liverpool fan, but I enjoy your content. Well, everybody's welcome on here. Everybody's welcome on here. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. And if you have subscribed, please do share the video. There's a share button underneath the video. Pepe is a dirty defender, says Charlie Zelenoff. And love from Pakistan, says Sharari Ansari. And I love it. I love these people who are abusive because you just get banned and you don't get read out. Kunal Sankey wants a shout out. Yes, you can, mate. And will Wolves get relegated to Ethan Price? I think what's going to happen with Wolves is Delafeu again switches it out to the wide right. Will he keep it in? No. I think what's going to happen with Wolves is they're having a bad start to the season because of the Europa League. It's hard. They've had to play a number of qualifiers. So I think what's going to happen with Wolves is they're going to drop a lot of points between now and November, and then they'll start to improve from that point. But it's Delafeu again. They're getting him on the ball a lot, which is good for them. Wide into the box. Oh, it's overhit a bit. So it's Hughes now. Hughes has done something with his hair, hasn't he? Because he used to be like albino white, and now he looks blonde. Another cross coming in from Watford. Maitland-Niles does better that time. Heads it back to Leno. Nothing from Arsenal so far. I think if we've got any Arsenal fans in here, you're probably not overjoyed. And Watford have won it back again. But Maitland-Niles has now won it. No, that's Pepe actually. And Watford have still got the ball. Here's Hughes on that right-hand side. So Watford loads of the ball so far, and Arsenal have got Aubameyang, they're always a threat, but not really getting involved in the game. Ozil, the invisible man as usual. And Arsenal should clear it this time. I'm happy to play out from the back there. And that's a lovely little ball. And this is where you should be seeing Pepe do some damage. Ooh, I tell you what, he's done well there. Cuts inside, shoots from distance. Foster doesn't move, but it probably was about 2 metres wide to the left of the goal. But this is what Arsenal are going to try and do, hit on the break. And he hits it quite well, but I think Foster knows it's going wide. But it is a corner. It is a corner. He's a good player, Pepe. I don't know why people think that he isn't. I don't think it is a corner, actually. I think it's a goal kick. If the cameraman wasn't in love with Pepe, we'd know whether it was a corner or a goal kick. Because they've spent about 50 minutes on him there. It was a goal kick. Pepe wanted a corner, but it was actually a goal kick. And here he is in again. And they've got a 2v3 situation. And he needs help here. Final ball by Pepe. Not good enough there. And Watford will get rid. Watford moving the ball around really, really well. I think the new manager's back, isn't he? Flores. Chico Flores, is that his name? It's Chico time. I bet he's not even called Chico. Oh, refs played on there, and I thought it was a foul. And Watford are in all sorts of trouble because it probably should have been a foul. And it's 1-0. And you've got to say, that is harsh there. Watford have been caught out here because the referee didn't give a foul, and they've been totally caught flat-footed. And I said that ref was shit, and he is shit. You bold, useless tosser. Like, he's got to give a foul there because it's totally and utterly given Arsenal a massive opportunity to go and score a goal. Hughes comes inside. Actually, I don't think it is a foul. And Watford just get caught flat. Lovely run by Klasnic. And what a finish by Aubameyang. 1-0 to Arsenal. But well, I don't know if it is. Is it a foul? Play to the whistle, says Don Robbie. It's a great goal by Aubameyang. The marking's terrible, though. The marking's terrible by Watford. I hate that ref. I've got to say, it's a foul. It's a definite foul. Oh, that's shocking, that is. That is shocking. And why doesn't VAR come in for that? Absolutely shocking. I'm not changing the score either. Shocking decision. And it totally... it totally and utterly I knew as soon as that was played on, they were going to score because Watford caught totally flat-footed. And of course you should play to the whistle, but the reality is, Arsenal fans, I totally agree. You know, you've had the benefit of that, and you're going to start saying, "Oh, United this, United that." It doesn't mean it's wrong to say that Watford have been done hard done by there, because the foul, Watford have got the momentum. They think it's a foul, and it is a foul, and Arsenal gain an advantage. Like, Arsenal score a goal by committing a foul. It's wrong. It's absolutely shit. And now Arsenal are rampant, and Arsenal have done nothing in that first 20 minutes. It's just wrong. And yet again, I have to ask this question. When does VAR actually ever get used? Like, oh, it only gets used on, like, if it's dubious. But it's a bloody foul. Like, it's so obviously a foul. It's right in front of him. He's guessed at it again. There's no contact with the ball. There's contact with the player. And it's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. And Watford can feel really hard done by. When you're down at the bottom, the luck doesn't go your way, does it? And that's massively, massively unfortunate. But it is what it is. It's 1-0 to Arsenal. We're changing the score now. And I think it's really unlucky. Really unlucky. Aubameyang doing what Aubameyang does, though. And it's 1-0. But don't ever tell me that ref's a good ref. I'd said it before. I said it before the goal. I said it about 5 minutes before. He is a dodgy ref. And he bloody well is, lads and ladies. He bloody well is. Am I right? Am I right? I don't think I'm wrong. The radio guy says it's not shocking he touched the ball. It's only the start, says Zayn Miassi. VAR ref having a noodle at the office for sure. Well, the trouble is, if you listen to the podcast that me and Flex do on a Tuesday for the United Stand, what is actually happening with VAR is, and Watford are all over the shop now, Ozil, and it's nearly 2-0, and it's a corner. Watford have just lost all momentum now. They could go and win this quite comfortably. But the thing about VAR now, even though VAR is in, the Premier League have decided they're going to make their own rules up about VAR. So VAR does exist. Every Premier League ground has got the telly at halfway line where you can go and read it, go and watch it. Not once in any game yet, and how many games have we had in the Premier League season, have we had a referee go and recheck it? And also, what the Premier League have said is, they don't want to undermine the referees on the pitch, so they won't do it. And that's why all these dodgy decisions keep happening, like the one against Villa, where they equalised against Palace and it didn't, and it got cancelled out when it shouldn't have done. It's dodgy. It's just, what's the point of VAR, says DR Gaming, exactly. But that's harsh. It's really harsh, because in that situation, a good referee would have known, if I don't give a foul here, Arsenal are going to go and score a goal, because they ended up with a 3v2. So that ref there is basically, in a 50-50 challenge, he should have gone with the team with the ball, and he didn't. He went with Arsenal, and Arsenal have scored. So that's an assist from the referee. And if you're an Arsenal fan, well done. But I think the ref gets that wrong. It's a foul. It should have been a foul. Game ain't over till it's over, says Ali Jabbar. No, it isn't, but it's a harder mountain for Watford to climb now, isn't it? Lovely bit of play there from Delafou into the box. Trying to do too much at the moment. But I can see goals on the break for Arsenal now. They're looking a bit ragged, Watford. All their intent of the first few 20 minutes seems to have disappeared, and they need to be careful, because Arsenal are actually looking really good now, and they might get a second goal. Alvin Blocks says, I'll take the points from Aubameyang as my captain. What I would say is, look, I rate Aubameyang. I think he's, I wanted him at United for years before he came to Arsenal, and the way he took the goal, not been in the game, one little touch of a goal. Napoli versus Liverpool watch along, says Sir Knight McGee. Yep, Tuesday night Liverpool Napoli watch along. Wednesday night PSG Real Madrid watch along on this channel. So make sure you join us if you're watching some Champions League. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. The subscriber ticker's not going up much today. I thought we might have an outside chance of getting 90,000. But obviously everybody watching is already a subscriber. If you're not, bottom right hand corner, click a subscribe. If you are subscribed, please share the video. There's a share button. You can share it on Twitter and Facebook. But yeah, Arsenal 1-0 up. Done nothing really, but up until the goal. Since the goal, they look more likely to score the next goal. I think this ref's called Anthony Taylor, isn't he? I can't stand him. I really can't. He's one of my... I don't like a lot of referees, but I really don't like him. Wojciech Marchonski has just subscribed. Thanks, pal. And no point of VAR if you're not going to use it, says David JS. I just don't get that. I don't get what's going on with VAR. Twaikali Arinda is watching from Uganda. And Zav Dogger has just subbed. Thanks, pal. Gway to the money. Gway to the money. I don't know, mate. I don't know what's been said now. And to be honest with you, it's probably going to be... It's all clickbait, isn't it? It's clout chasing. I ain't got time for people like that. Redder Darman says, Mark, is there going to be a video today on the United Stand? 8 o'clock Sunday night. Yes, definitely. Can't wait for it. Got loads to talk about. Really excited for that, actually. So join me at 8 o'clock. Nice shirt, mate, says Jordan. Thanks, pal. I don't wear this one normally, actually, because my complexion wouldn't normally go with pink unless you're carrying a bit of a tan. So probably the last wear I'll get out of it. But I'd love to see Watford get back into this. But at this point, I really do fancy Arsenal to score again. Aubameyang scored, Kaysen. It's a good goal by Aubameyang, but it's contentious. I'll look at it again at half-time. If he gets the ball, I'll stand corrected, like said the man in the orthopaedic shoe. But I thought it was a foul and it should have been given. But there we go. Cross coming in from Watford. Cleared well. Get rid of it. He needs to get rid of it there. Got lucky there to clear that. And Ozil, what a ball. And Nicola Pepe couldn't quite get it out his feet, but he'll get it back. I'll tell you what, he should have been running through there, Nicola Pepe. Lovely ball by Ozil to play him through, and he didn't seem to have the momentum and pace to carry him through one-on-one. Lovely run by Maitland-Niles. He's overdone it, though, and Watford will clear. I think Watford at this point, I would say, get to half-time 1-0 down, because you're struggling a little bit. Aubameyang versus Martial, says Sandeep. So I said at the start of the season that I think Martial could outscore Aubameyang. The problem is, he ain't going to do it, is he? Because he can't stay fucking fit. This is always the issue. Martial's now missed 2 games, and Aubameyang's played 5. So Martial's played 3 games. This is Aubameyang's 5th. And I think Aubameyang's got 4 goals now to Martial's 2. So you've got to play games to score goals. I think if Aguero ever played a full season, he'd win the Golden Boot every year. But Aguero always misses a couple of months with hamstrings, doesn't he? Who do I think's the best team in the world now at the moment, says Reptic Blades. I think, to be absolutely honest with you, and I hate to say this, but you'd have to say probably Liverpool. They're top of the league and they are European champions. So you'd have to say them. I can't believe Danny Welbeck's not even on the bench for Watford as well. I really thought that he would be. (2-0). What a goal that is. There's no doubt about that. That was brilliant. And Aubameyang scores again. I said it was coming for Arsenal, and it was. Watford absolutely being played apart there. 2-0. Aubameyang with the second goal. And I've got to be honest with you, Watford's defence is fucking shit. Absolutely joke. A joke of a defence. It's got more holes than a hedgehog's lilo. It's disgraceful. Ever since they've gone 1-0 down, and it might be contentious, but ever since they've gone 1-0 down, they've bottled it, they've laid down like they're on bloody holiday, and as I said, more holes than a hedgehog's lilo. It's disgusting. If I was a Watford fan, I'd be right pissed off. Because they were well in the game, Arsenal get a little bit lucky, and then they bottle it. Absolute spineless. Hornets, what's their bloody nickname? Watford, the Wasps. Yeah, you've just been bloody sprayed and killed. Aubameyang again, 2 goals. No complaints from me on that one. I'm not even going to get bitter. It was a very good goal. And Watford falling apart. You see it. If I see it, I see it, and I think that's spot on. I'm not right. I'm not wrong, am I? It's exactly what Watford have done. They've bottled it. Welbeck's not on the bench for Watford, which is surprising. Maybe he's carrying an injury. Anyway, let's change the score. Not turning into the game I thought it was going to be. I thought Watford would give this a good go, but they're just getting caught out now. This could be 4. I said it. Somebody did say 4, and it could be 4. Watford all over the shop now. You could sense, ever since they went 1 down, you could feel there was going to be a second goal for Arsenal, who've totally took control of the game. And it's, you know what, it's a funny old game, football. As Greavesy always used to say, it's a funny old game, football, because at 0-0, we're all over Watford. They weren't over Watford, weren't all over Watford. That would be hilarious. Watford were all over Arsenal. They go 1-0 down, and they absolutely bottle it. And then Arsenal have dominated them, and quite rightly took the second goal. And Arsenal clear. I thought we might see a goal there. I mean, if Watford could get a goal before half-time, it would make it a little bit more interesting. But at the moment, it's looking like a very, very comfortable performance for Arsenal. Rode out that first 20 minutes. Didn't really give up any really big chances, did they? And they are now comfortably looking like getting the 3 points here. And they're 2-0 up. 2-0 up. Sorry, I've not been on the live comments. Come back to live comments. It's 2-0. It's 2-0. It's 2-0. Mark, would you sign Troy Deeney? Says Amy Assey. No. No. Haven't they? They've bottled it. Watford are embarrassing, says Red Jedi. Yeah. Yeah. Watford. That'd be great. But I'm not interested. If at the end of the day, if you do a video about DT, or you do a video about True Geordie, or you do a video about me, then people are going to watch it, aren't they? It's clout chasing. Go out and make. Hello everybody, I don't know whether we're back working or not. We seem to be having a few problems with the stream there. I don't know. I had a few problems before. That's why I was a little bit late going with it. So I don't know whether it's back up and working at the moment. Look, if it's lagging, sometimes you're going to get slow internet, aren't you? I've done, oh God, I don't know how many years I've been doing it. And very rarely any issue. So if there is an issue, I apologise for that. But I don't know what's going on. I don't know what is going on with it. I've got no idea. So, weird. Internet's working. Got full bars on everything. And, yeah. I think we're back. We're back. Good. We're back on, which is good. Thank God for that. Watford. Ooh, straight into Leno's hands. It's good now. I don't know. Sometimes this is the trouble with streaming, isn't it? I don't. We've got very good internet, obviously, because I use it a lot for the United Stand. But sometimes it just goes wrong. It just goes wrong, doesn't it? Can't do anything about it. But we're back in time for half time, and yeah, potato internet is the best. It's full of fibre, says Alvin Blocks. Lovely stuff. So it's still 2-0. We've not missed a goal anyway, and. The timer is still on. Yes, it's above Watford on score. Revan says he's got a funny feeling that Watford might get relegated. I didn't think they would, but defensively they're so bad. They might. They might. We're back up and running anyway. That's the main thing. I tell you what, fair play to Delafeu there. I think he could have took a little bit of a tumble there. So we're about to hit half time. Very, very good half for Arsenal. And YouTube's been crap lately, says Jack Russell. Yeah, it could be a YouTube thing. It could be a YouTube win. Then could be the weather as well. I don't know what the weather is because I'm in a dark room at the moment. Baku again, says Lewis Johnson. Guendouzi's an idiot there. Guendouzi's an absolute idiot there. Going in and putting his hands on someone's head. So there's a bit of something going on between Pepe and whoever. And Arsenal are overacting here. I tell you what, I fucking hate Xhaka. He's a dickhead. He doesn't need to go and grab hold of him. He's always a hothead. And Guendouzi doesn't need to go and put his hands in here. This is a really stupid situation because they've got VAR now. It was Pepe and the Shovlevos for Watford. They're both going to get booked. But Guendouzi should get booked. I think this ref's crap. Absolutely crap. Like, why are you booking the player? The Watford player's getting booked. It was him and Pepe who had the altercation. Guendouzi comes in and shoves him, and then the Watford player gets booked as well. It's stupid. And when they're going to play it back here, there's nothing... Like, Pepe and him are like... Nothing's going on. And it's Guendouzi then who goes and gets in the lad's face. It's stupid. Absolutely stupid. They're going to show it here again. Pepe actually kicks out at him a little bit. Those two go head to head, and it's Guendouzi. It's all Guendouzi. It's nothing to do with it. Well, the Watford player's hard done by there, to be honest with you. I think. Yeah, you've lost control, you bold twat. Referee's crap. Absolutely shit. He's been absolutely shit in this game. Arsenal deservedly 2-0 up. It's half-time, everybody. But I just don't get why VAR. Why do we have VAR? I mean, that's one of the biggest questions I want to ask. Why do we have VAR? I'm going to tweet it as well. Why do we have VAR? People throwing elbows... And they won't check it. It's ridiculous. Absolutely stupid. Really stupid. But it is 2-0. And the story of that half is... Because I want to talk about some other things at half-time. Because I know we've had a really good weekend in relation to... Match of the Day was fantastic last night. But Watford started off really well for 20 minutes. We'll see at half-time whether it should have been a foul or not on Hughes. But basically, the foul's not given. It gives Arsenal a huge advantage. They end up with a 3v2. And Aubameyang finishes brilliantly. And then Watford... basically bottle it, down tools for 15 minutes, and Arsenal go and get a very good second goal. Maitland-Niles feeds it across the face of the goal, and Aubameyang's not going to miss that. So it's 2-0, 2 goals for Aubameyang. You'd fancy Arsenal to go on and win from here, but it is 2-0. And a couple of VAR things, not really in the context of Arsenal. I'm not going to really... It's not Arsenal's fault. Arsenal could be playing Everton. I mean, Watford could be playing Everton, Spurs. The referee's at fault for me. It's not Arsenal's fault. But I do question what VAR is for. And Sean Games Room PS4 says, did you see Tomori's goal yesterday against Wolves? I thought it was absolutely brilliant, mate. What I loved about Chelsea yesterday was that Tammy Abraham, Mason Mount, Tomori scoring goals, all young, all part of the youth setup, a vision, a way of playing under Lampard, and then you've got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who basically comes into every press conference and talks about, oh, Greeny's the best finisher in the club, and Angel's a good player, and Chongi's a good player, and Twansibi's a good player, never bloody starts them. Frank Lampard is starting those lads, and they are battering teams like Wolves. You know, if you're good enough, you're good enough. Even when you want to look at Barcelona last night with the 16-year-old kid against Valencia in a league game. There's a bullshit around Manchester United at the moment where they like to talk about youth because they know the fans love it, but they don't want to pick them. They want to go and pick donkeys like Matic. But I'll be talking more about that at 8 o'clock. Do you think any of the top 6 teams won't make the top 6, says Johnny Franklin? I think we can already see from Arsenal that they're going to do it. I think we can already see from Spurs and Man City and Liverpool that they will do it. And I think Chelsea are on the right tracks. I hate to say it, as a United fan, I think we're the only one that's susceptible to not finishing in the top 6 this season. I can't see Arsenal not finishing the top 6. I can't see Chelsea not. Well, maybe Chelsea, but they're building something. If Chelsea get a few injuries, that's where they're in trouble, though, because they had a transfer ban, didn't they? So Chelsea could be susceptible because of fatigue, but I think that Arsenal, Spurs, Liverpool and Man City will definitely be in the top 6, yeah. Someone ban Born Red says pumpkin spice latte. Yeah, we'll have a look. And do you think Ollie would have subbed on Chong if Lingard was fit, says Bodak Jade? Never in a million years. Never in a million years. I think you're absolutely spot on with that, to be honest with you. Do the younger players are mostly more motivated than the older players who have earned enough money and don't care, says Nico B. That can work the other way, though, because some younger players start to think that they've made it before they have. Rashford. United will be in the Europa League next season, says TikTok FTW. Well, if we're not in the top 4 and we don't win the Europa League, it's not a surprise, is it? Do you think Ollie's first 3 months has put more pressure on him because United fans could see his vision and how good it was, says Harry Lang? I don't know. I think he needs to get back to playing that way. But, you know, was that just a bounce because he was a new manager and nobody knew what he's all about? And now everybody does and they figured out how to play against him. I don't know. Oba is very good when he gets big chances, says Vandy Candy. He is. 2 chances, 2 goals. And why'd you give out about Xhaka getting involved? He's captain, hardly going to stand on the other side of the pitch and do nothing, says Daniel Eglinton. All the more reason as a captain to actually represent your club in a good way instead of grabbing older people and trying to start fights. Xhaka's a vile footballer. He's vile and he's shit. And even Arsenal fans will admit that. But his attitude on a football pitch is not that of a captain. And yeah, you can come back at Roy Keane and everything like that, but that was 20 years ago. As a modern day footballer, I just think he's a thug and he hasn't got the ability to back it up. Will Shaw be back for West Ham, says Samuel Heppanen? I don't think so. Do you think Liverpool win the league now, says H Facer 98? I already predicted it at the start of the season, mate. So I've already predicted that. Orba is easily amongst the top 3 strikers in the league, says Rushil Joshi. And Spurs will be out of the top 6 this year, mark my words, says Kashi. I don't know. I think they've bought well. I mean, the interesting thing with Spurs at the moment is a lot of their new signings aren't ready to play at the moment, are they? Like Sessegnon's been injured and Dembele's been injured pretty much from the start. Lo Celso's not really had a chance yet. But they've got some good players, Spurs. I think they'll be all right. I just wanted to see this foul back on the Aubameyang goal. He takes it really well, but they haven't shown us the foul yet. And then they've just got that bold twat. Yeah, I think Sebastian might get a bit of the ball. I think he might get a bit of the ball, to be fair. But there's no way Anthony Taylor can see that in real time anyway. So it should have been referred to VAR, but VAR probably didn't look at it anyway. Mark, can you have Xhaka for free and Mustafi, says Zayn Miasi? And Sahil wants to rip my shirt off. Wow, you know, you're not... Get in line. We will be live at 8 o'clock tonight with the United Stand, so make sure you're joining for that. Really looking forward to it. And please do subscribe to this channel if you're new. I don't think we're going to get 90k today, but we might get it this week. We're doing watch-alongs for Napoli versus Liverpool on Tuesday and PSG Real Madrid on Wednesday. Really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a good game. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. And if you have subscribed, please share the video as well. Harry Kane or Aubameyang for United, says Max Smith. I would probably take Harry Kane, to be honest with you. And I'm just looking this Guendouzi thing back where the elbow was thrown. He does throw the elbow. He does throw the elbow. He's sort of trying to push him, but he does throw the elbow a little bit as well. But I think Arsenal fans would have moaned about that as well. Liam Hodgson, I love the way you're such a thick twat that you misspelt it the first time, but you've come back and spelt it again. The world's not going to know what you said, but basically he tried to get at me. He spelt it like a fucking thick dickhead. Then he's come back and spelt it rightly this time, but I've just blocked you anyway. But the funny thing is, mate, Liam, let me just say to you, I saw how you spelt it the first time. Get back to school, you thick cunt. And Zayn Mayassi says, Mark, why don't you buy the ref a sideshow Bob wig, says Zayn Mayassi. To be fair to the ref, I think he actually got that right. I'm not going to lie. I think he got it right. About the foul on, or the alleged foul on Hughes. But there's no way he could have seen it wasn't a foul because it was the faintest of touches from Ceballos, which to me shows he's a shit ref because in the mind's eye, you would have given a foul for that. Jordan, which is why I thought it was a foul, and which is why a lot of people thought it was a foul. All the Arsenal fans who are saying it's not a foul, Ceballos clearly gets a touch on the ball. He clearly doesn't get a touch on the ball because it's only on slow-mo that you see the faintest little touch. There's no way a referee's going to see that. Jordan Such, name the idiot that said Spurs would finish outside the top 6. They are far better than United and Chelsea, only being honest. Yeah, well, Spurs will finish above United, I would think so. Yeah, definitely. I think Zayn is in love with Mark, says A. Williams. How's your day been, Mark? Says Daniel Hussein. Thanks for asking. Good. So it's been good. Yeah, I've enjoyed it. Out with the family for dinner. And then back to do a little bit of a watch along with you lot. Born Red, you're in timeout. I think everyone's bored of you, so you're timeout and then you're blocked. Boring people with the same old comment. We're not going to do a video entitled VAR is a disgrace. I'm going to waste my time doing a whole video on it. Did you watch Norwich versus City, says Van Helsing? I just want to talk about that very, very quickly. Match of the day last night was probably one of the best match of the days I've ever seen. Not as a United fan. As a United fan, it was pretty boring. I think we all saw the game. It wasn't the best game of football. It was great to get 3 points, but I think as a collective match of the day, and I ignore the Liverpool game because I think Liverpool are always going to beat Newcastle, but the Spurs-Palace result, the Wolves game, Chelsea, I think that was the result of the day. I think Wolves-Chelsea was better than Norwich-Man City. And I know people are saying, you're mad, you're crazy. Norwich beating Man City is huge. It is, but I think the more significant result was Chelsea. Chelsea with the transfer ban, with a new manager, with a bunch of youth players, go to Wolves, where I had United fans telling me 2 weeks ago when we drew with Wolves, it's a good point that is, Mark. It's a good point. Not loads of teams will go to Wolves and get turned over this season. I said on Friday on this, when I did a Premier League preview on this channel, I said Chelsea will go to Wolves and turn them over. I don't think Wolves are that good this year. I didn't expect them to win 5-2. So I think Chelsea sent a statement out. One, that they're a team that's progressing, but two, that Wolves actually aren't that good. The interesting thing from a United point of view yesterday is that Crystal Palace beat us at home and Spurs went and smashed them at home. Wolves got a point against us and Chelsea went and smashed them where we got a point. So, I do think United have dropped a lot of silly points this season. And I think the same again, when teams go to Southampton, they're going to win, aren't they? But yeah, I enjoyed Match of the Day last night. I thought it was great. And I think the Norwich-Man City game, Norwich got what they deserved. But it just shows Man City how much they missed. How much they're missing Laporte. And you know what, as well, what I must say about Man City, for all the money, Sane and Laporte are quite significant players to have out for a significant amount of time. And that's in the first 5 games of the season. I tell you what, that film The Joker looks brilliant, doesn't it? I really think Joaquin Phoenix is a very good actor. But yeah. Marcus Davies says, Mark, I know you're here to see Arsenal lose. Well, look, I'd like Arsenal to lose because as a Manchester United fan, Arsenal are going to be a direct rival for 4th and 3rd. So, of course, I want Arsenal to drop points. But if I'm absolutely honest with you, I have said that on this channel I'm going to try and do a Premier League watch-along, one a week. and looking at the games this weekend, I didn't want to do Newcastle-Liverpool. I said Norwich and Man City was a waste of time. I probably got... that would have been the best one, wouldn't it? So I picked Watford-Arsenal before the weekend started. Next week, it's going to be Chelsea-Liverpool. But before that, we'll be doing Liverpool-Napoli on Tuesday night in the Champions League. And then PSG-Real Madrid on Wednesday. So subscribe to the channel if you like watching games. Everybody's welcome on here. It's the channel for all fans. The United stand is obviously Manchester United, but this is the channel where everyone can get involved. So subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and get involved. I don't like Jazz trading cards and more. I really don't. I'm still here. I'm just having a little bit of a stretch. I'm still here. Let's have a look at the live comments. It's the pink shirt, Marcus. It's the pink shirt, says James Farnell. I will FIFA 19. I think you can get FIFA 19 on Thursday, can't you? I will be starting my FIFA 20 career on here as soon as I can get the game. So I think that would be hopefully sometime later in the week. Eric says that shirt looks phenomenal. Phenomenal. Lars is going to be on Anfield Agenda. Yeah, a bit of drama with Anfield Agenda, wasn't there, Lars, yesterday? I saw something about a tweet about something going on with Orlando. Don't get FIFA 20, says the bad elf. You can't stop me. You can't stop me getting it. I'm going to get it. I am going to get it. Well, Ali says, I'm Arsenal fan, but I love watching your channel as mine. Look, you know what? My dislike for Arsenal comes from a certain twat in a hat. That's it. That's it. I really like Robbie, and I really like Troops, and I really like Ty and Claude. So my dislike for Arsenal is obviously because it's a rivalry. That's what it's all about. So, but they deserve to be winning. They deserve to be winning this game, and I think Watford. If I was a Watford fan, I would be a little bit worried. You're bottom of the league. You got Man City next week. Still going to be bottom of the league in 2 weeks' time. And everyone else above you, that gap starts to get big. And there's no way Watford should be going down. But I've seen teams go down that shouldn't go down. So Watford could go down. And the problem is, I thought Watford in that first 20 minutes, you're like, they're never going to go down. They're a good side. What happens? They go and concede a goal and they absolutely down their tools. And that's it. You're 2-0 down and that's 3 points gone. So they are where they deserve to be at the moment. And they certainly do need to sort themselves out because they're going to struggle. Why the hell has my timer... Second half has started, by the way, but my timer's shut itself down. So I will get a timer running for you. Please subscribe if you do, bottom right-hand corner. Don't know what's gone wrong with the timer. It seemed to have shut itself down. It will start itself up now because I'm going to give it a kickstart. We are coming up for 25 seconds into the second half. 3, 4, 5, go. We're up on screen. Yabba dabba doo. Yabba dabba doo. Watch European games. Yesterday was Bayern versus Leipzig. And Watford were nearly in there, Dave Jordan. Thanks for that. Be nice if Watford could get a goal. It would be very nice. I'm just going to be rude and just go on my phone for a few seconds because I just want to see what's going on in the cricket. Bloody hell. Australia have made a right good run of this. They need 168 runs off 4 wickets. They could do it, you know. Could be a shock. Could be a shock. KSI or Logan says Bonds again. I'm really not into it, to be honest with you. I'm really not into it. I just think it's silly. It's silly because the reason I think it's silly is because I've been offered those opportunities to fight people and I've been offered good money for it as well. But I just don't. It just doesn't appeal to me. It does not appeal to me. I don't think violence solves anything. And I actually really like boxing, but people don't start boxing because they hate somebody. People start boxing because it gives them discipline and it's a professional sport. Of course, you might have a fight in UFC or boxing where you dislike your opponent and, you know, it's all built up. But most people after a boxing match, they appreciate that they're professionals. But this is a boxing match with two people who just don't like each other. So it's a little bit weird, I think. Watford just don't have the final ball. Van Helsing, I think Pogba will be back for the West Ham game. Dee. Everybody who's slating the pink shirt, you are either homophobic or you just can't pull off wearing a pink shirt. It takes a real man to be able to wear a pink shirt and pull it off. So there you go. Thanks for the contribution. Sorry, thanks for the comment, Simon Troop, saying, Mark, it's a nice pink shirt. And opinions on Fred, says Cascade L. Fred's mum's better than Matic, but is Ozil... I mean, this is probably Ozil's level now. Arsenal fans will be saying, oh, Ozil's amazing. He's playing against fucking Watford, for God's sake. It's not Man City, is it? Xhaka shoots from about 40 yards, as usual. And it's wide. Man United are interested in Toni Kroos. I've not heard about this. But surely Kroos is still a starter for Real Madrid. There will be some FIFA this week. I just think it depends on when FIFA 20 comes out. Does anybody know? I thought you could get FIFA 20 on early access this week. And 3G says he wears pink shirts all day. Wow. That's a foul here. Would I rather take Decore or Ndidi at United, says Huge Ass 97. Ndidi was awesome yesterday. I actually tweeted out this morning, and I'm going to talk about it on the United Stand at 8 o'clock. I tweeted out this morning that as well as McTominay and Fred did, Ndidi was the best midfielder on the pitch. Oh, the amount of abuse I got for it. I got people telling me that McTominay bossed Ndidi. How does that happen then? How does one CDM boss another CDM? They're about 40 metres apart for most of the game. Yes, Leicester lost the game, but they didn't lose the game because Ndidi was crap. Ndidi played really well. He absolutely bullied Juan Mata. He chucked Dan James in the air in a tackle. I thought Ndidi, I think I'm right in saying, made more tackles last season than anybody else in Europe. He's the same age as Scott McTominay. So I think Ndidi's a fantastic player, and I would take him at Manchester United. Zayn Miasi says, Mark, I sent you £100 a few days for you to get an Arsenal shirt and wear it when we win, as you promised. Is this the game that's going to take place in a couple of weeks? Early access for FIFA 20 is on the 24th, says Slider Shotter. I've obviously read it wrong then. I thought it was. I thought you could get it next Thursday. Oh, here we go. Actually, I saw it. EA access on the 19th at 4 PM is the earliest you can play FIFA 20, says Jordan H10. You say, I knew I'd read it somewhere. Well, the 19th is Thursday, isn't it? And I think you can only play for 9 hours. United should invest in Cantwell, cheap Maddison, says Smith Jones. Can Watford get a goal back in this game and make it interesting? Or will Arsenal just get a break and score themselves? Cross comes in, it's cleared. Watford sort of knocking on the door. That is absolute shit. Absolutely crap. Decore on the edge of the box and he's hit the corner flag. Early access is next Thursday, mate. Have a good day, says Rio Mia. Yeah, I thought it was. Thanks for that, Rio. So yeah, I should be doing FIFA 20 career mode from next Friday, which would be good. I'll only use it for streaming the 9 hours. I'll tell you what, it's a good job Guendouzi's got long frizzy hair, because if he was short hair, I think he's losing it. His hairline is receding quicker than the Glazers in North Pole. Bit political there with the global warming. But people actually believe in global warming. I think it's obviously true. Oh, Watford, I tell you what, cleverly again, couldn't hit the ocean from a boat. Freddie Mercury says, "Hello Mark, how are we doing? Be a lot better if you were still alive, mate." What a singer he was. I'm not balding, no. I have got, you know, every man will, their hair will recede a little bit. Goal for Watford, 2-1. They've got one back, and it's Tom Cleverley. Back of the net. Lovely stuff. The ex-United crap player scores for Watford against Arsenal. I think Arsenal pissing about at the back here, to be honest with you. Kolasinac doesn't look happy. Let's wait and see what happens here. But it doesn't look good. They're doing this silly little pass out from the back. I think it's dangerous. Oh, it's awful. Kolasinac with a stupid mistake. You're going to get slaughtered tonight. You might be a good player for Arsenal, but those Arsenal fans, they're fickle, mate. They're going to slate you. They're going to call you. Stupid pass out from the back. It's a gift for Cleverley, and it's 2-1 to Watford. What are they doing? That's a lesson. Don't pass out from the back. Don't pass out from the back. Lovely stuff. We've got a game on now. A gift of a goal. It's just stupid. Absolutely stupid. I'll tell you what, with that goal, they may as well. Andre Gay's come off and Ismail Assar has come on. He's really fast, this kid. I think they must have got him from France or something, because he's really fast. I think he plays for, is it Senegal? Is he Senegalese? He's bloody fast though, really fast. And Watford are on the attack now, and it's another chance. Delafou straight at Leno, but it makes it interesting now. Makes it very interesting. We've had a super chat coming in here from Jordan Such. What midweek games will you be doing for a watch along for? Champions League, mate. We're going to do Liverpool-Napoli on Tuesday, and we're going to do PSG-Real Madrid on Wednesday. So that's what we got planned. Leno has to do better there, surely, says Mr. A. I don't know. He's hit it quite hard and low. 2-1. I've got to change the score. Change the score, Goldbridge. Change the score. That's what we're saying. But excitement. We're getting an exciting game. That's all I want to get on these watch-alongs. Games that I would watch. There we go. Errors leading to goals since the start of last season. 14. Arsenal, you're top of the league at something. Going to be a yellow card here for a Watford player. Kick off. He's not kicked off, but he has picked up a yellow card. Look at him. I can't stand this ref. I can't stand this bloody ref. He really does me head in. So, a good half an hour now for Watford to try and get something back in this game. Will it go squeaky bum time for Arsenal, or will they go out and get the third goal? They've certainly not come out second half very, very intent on scoring, but they've got a chance here. Half a chance, but Watford have got it clear. And now they're going to try and get Sarr running. And he's held on to the ball for too long there. I'm finally going to change the score. It's all very exciting. But Arsenal on the attack with Aubameyang, who also is looking at a hat-trick, let's not forget. Ozil, still got it. And Arsenal, to be fair, Arsenal seem to have gone up a gear a bit here. Here's Ceballos. And I tell you what, Ceballos has been very quiet as well. He's a player I really rate, but he's been very, very quiet. Watford just need to keep their momentum in this game. Keep your momentum going, Watford. You've got a good chance, so we have. So, finally changed the score, everybody. That took me a lot longer than it should have done. Let's come back to the comments. And we've had a super chat here from Gold Peace Prosperity. He says, if global warming... Ooh, just wide from Delafou there. If global warming as a man-made phenomenon is true, then the Glazers are a gift from Manchester United. Well, let's just watch this back. Delafou cutting inside of... I think he cuts inside Pepe and he shoots. I think Leno's got his angles right there. This will end 4-1, says Martin. I think there's going to be another goal in this. There's definitely going to be another goal in this. Let's see who it goes to. What a shot, says Manuj. He's a good player. They're doing it again. Arsenal are doing it again, passing out from the back. Because there's this new rule, isn't there, where you can... There's this new rule where you can pass it to a defender in the penalty box. But I just think it causes a lot of problems if you don't hold on to the ball. And Watford, again, are right on the edge of the penalty box of Arsenal because Arsenal don't want to hit it long from a goal kick. They're trying to pass out, and as I said, it was a gift. It was a gift of a goal, So it was. Timmer Vlogs says it's going to be 3-1 to Arsenal. Well, I mean, I think the Watford goal for the neutral, or for anybody, just makes it apart from Arsenal, just makes it a more interesting game. And Watford are doing quite well at the moment. That was greedy and stupid. Get well worked to the fullback, and he decides to try and shoot. What a prat. What a prat. It's stupid to pass out from the back, says Pistol. We've got a substitution here for Arsenal. It's Ceballos coming off, who, as I said, a very, very quiet game. Very, very quiet game. And he's definitely trying to copy my hair with the shaved line. Joe Willock's coming on, who I'm not convinced about Willock, to be honest, but we'll see. Would you take Pookie for United, says GZ21. I think he'd be an interesting player to have as a sort of sub option as up front. I mean, I think he's sort of late 20s, isn't he? I don't know. Oh, don't let it bounce at the back. They got away with it there, Watford. As a centre-back, never let it bounce. He let it bounce and he got away with it. He was able to head it back to Ben Foster. But this is evenly... Well, it's interesting. It's not evenly poised because Arsenal are still ahead. But it's interestingly poised now as to... Can Watford get another goal? Or will Arsenal go and kill the game? Next goal will be the decider, really, won't it? Smutty's back. Hiya, Smutty. Arsenal are doing a lot of football in their own half at the moment, but they've worked it out here to Joe Willock. And that's a nice little ball to Ozil. See, I wouldn't want Decore at United. I think he's a good Watford player, but if you look at him, he's got a very languid. He's not tenacious. He's quite a languid style, and people moan about Paul Pogba for that. But I don't think Decore would be as aggressively tenacious as we need. I much prefer Ndidi. Please do subscribe if you're new. We're getting very close to 89,500. So bottom right hand corner to do that. And if you have already subscribed, please do share the button. Everybody is welcome on here. It is That's Football and you can all get involved. Thanks everybody who has. If you're a United fan or you want to watch the United stand, we've got a good Sunday night live at 8 o'clock tonight. Looking forward to that. And our next watch along on here will be Liverpool-Napoli Champions League opener on Tuesday and then PSG-Real Madrid. I'm really looking forward to both. I think PSG-Real Madrid is going to be very interesting though to get a game like that so early on. Lovely play by Watford here. Cut back and it's a corner. But Watford knocking on the door. Delafou for me has been the man of the match. Fantastic little player, isn't he? Can somebody in the live comments tell me how you spell Delafeu? Like collect, is it D-E-L-E Della F-E-A-U? And Will Hughes, who definitely dyes his hair so it's not white, has come off for Roberto Perrier, who's a good player. Which Simpsons character could the Glazers and Woodward be? Says Zane Miasa. You know it. You knew it before you even asked it. It's Mr. Burns. It's Mr. Burns. PSG are going to win, says JT Sports. I'm interested to see how it goes. Corner cleared by Arsenal. Should be another opportunity to whip it in. Oh, fucking hell. Some of the final ball of them has been absolutely terrible. And I spelt Delafeu absolutely wrong because it's D-E-U-L-O-F-E-U. I've got moves, so thanks for the assist. God, my computer is slow today. I apologise. We lost it. We nearly lost it altogether, didn't we? Which way is it going to go, people? Which way is it going to go? Get in the live comments. Let me know. I haven't got a bet on. Don't worry. I'm not using you for betting purposes. I'm interested to know which one you want to go for. Alvin Blocks just said that the Spurs game is on at 6 o'clock, apparently, one game. Who's going to win the Champions League? Oh, that was a good chance for Sarr. He should be scoring that there. Turns his man in the 6-yard box. Well, he's not quite in the 6-yard box. Played into his feet. He turns David Luiz like a bottle top, and his finish ain't good enough. He's got to score from there. He's well in the box. About a metre out from the 6-yard box. Good turn, and the finish, I suppose he's a little bit blind. Probably should have scored. So close, says average person. I think he's got to score. Arsenal still passing it out from the back when they get a goal kick. But it just puts themselves under pressure, and then they have to hit it long anyway. A lot of people saying 2-2 like Martin Austin. It's not 2-2 at the moment, no. Van Helsing saying Dan James or Nicola Pepe. We answered this in the first half, Van Helsing. You may not have been here, but basically, obviously as a United fan, I'm going to say Dan James. Arsenal fans are going to say Nicola Pepe. I think if you ask the neutral, a lot of people would still say Nicola Pepe. But he's got to start stepping up to the plate, hasn't he? You know, I know he's a new player, but he's still not scored a goal yet, has he? And I wouldn't say he's had a... You know, Delafeu for me has been hands down the best player. And if he'd put in a performance like Delafeu, everyone would be saying what a great player he is. Oh, and Watford again, very close. Cross coming in, tried a little backflip. And it's gone wide. So Watford knocking on the door, but they can't score. Van Helsing wasn't here in the first half. Well, there you go, giving you the answer. But still a good 25 minutes to go. So Watford are going to score, says Dylan Hanafi. Well, another substitution for Arsenal. It's Torreira coming on, and it's Guendouzi going off. I like Guendouzi, but Sabil Shetty says, Mark, positives for the game for Watford. Definitely Delafeu. I think Cleverley's played well. I think from the midfield forward, they're a half-decent team. I think what is... I mean, look, who cares? Not many people are going to care about Watford, are they? But I think at the back, they're weak. I think you can score goals against them. And I think that up front, they're a bit impotent. And I think that's probably a worrying thing for a team that doesn't want to be involved in a relegation scrap. They've got to start scoring goals. But Troy Deeney back will help Watford. They definitely miss him. But Delafeu for me, I mean, he's on another good run here, has been really, really good for Watford. But they're just a little bit toothless up front, and then at the back they're susceptible. I mean, Arsenal haven't really done anything in this game, but when they have, they've always looked like scoring. I did see Tamori's goal, Ethan Seeley. It was a cracking goal. Hello from Indonesia, Mark, says Freddie Chandra. Hello, mate. Watford just on the attack here. Delafeu shoots wide, and it is a corner. He's been the best player on the pitch. Would I take Delafeu over Lingard, says Kevin McCarry. I'd take the flu over Lingard at this point. I'd rather be in bed with the flu than have Lingard at United. So, yeah, I'd definitely take Delafeu. Can you start playing Football Manager 2020, says Beta Van. I might get it for Christmas again and play it. Yeah, I'll see. Watford are going to get an equaliser, says the dugout. They've got plenty of time. To do it. Come on, Watty, says Smutty. So there's a corner for Watford here. We don't see many corners scored lately, do we? And that's not going to be a goal. That's gone out for a goal kick. Yati Samad says that Watford have made a lot of attacks. This is the thing, Yati. I think Watford have had loads of the ball. They're just not potent with it. I mean, they've had 11 shots, of which only 2 have been on target. There's a wicket in the cricket, says Van Helsing. I tell you what, Australia are getting close to that scoreline. I thought they would have been all out by now, so fair play to them. Come on, Watford. At least get a goal and then make it a really exciting finish. Oh, yeah. Robbie and co will be ranting if they don't win this. So it's on offside there as well. 2-0 up at half-time. If they don't win it, they'll be ranting. Don't worry. They've got those flip-flops in the backpack. Don't worry. Robbie carries them in the car. Oh, God. They're now doing a replay on Sky Sports that there was a foot in the penalty box when they took the goal kick. I mean, it's a little bit... You're stretching a little bit, but technically it probably wasn't. $258 for 7 for England, so I think they're still going to win. Pistol says he can't wait to see AFTV. They are actually winning, mate. You know, if it ends like this, it won't be a very good watch. They'll just be gloating smug shits. It's only if they drop points it'll be worth watching. Will Graham says it would be just like us to let Watford back in. Will, I think that if I was Arsenal fans, I'd be... I mean, Nelson's coming on now. I think Nelson's a good player, to be fair. And it's Ozil coming off. Waving goodbye. Would you have any of the first teamers out for United on Thursday, says Jordan Such? No, I wouldn't. But I would like to see people like Gomez and Greenwood playing. I'll talk about that on the United stand tonight. But no, I wouldn't. I don't know about you. But... yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. I've totally forgotten what I was going to say. I'm tired today. Yeah, but yeah, I know what I was going to say. If I was an Arsenal fan, I would be annoyed with this second half performance because you're 2-0 up, you gift them a goal, and then you do very little in the whole half to, again, football's a game of two halves, isn't it? You've won the first half 2-0, but you've got to go and at least only lose the second half 1-0, and maybe they will do that, but I think Watford have dominated, and if Watford actually were a little bit more ruthless in front of goal, they probably would be back 2-2. But Arsenal are on the attack here. They've got plenty of men in the box, and there's a chance for Reece Nelson. Ooh, straight at keeper. Good chance for him. First touch of the game, really. Comes back to him on the edge of the box. Hits it first time, straight at Foster. Can Watford find an equaliser? Decore just caught in possession there. I'm not a big fan of Decore. I wouldn't want him at United. I think he's too leggy. What did I have for lunch? I had pork. I had pork, red cabbage, carrots, potatoes. It were lovely. And stuffing. Yeah. Who's going to win the Champions League, says Jack Ballard. I can't tell you definitively. I think that I've got a funny feeling Real Madrid are going to do well, and that's my outside bet. I also think that English clubs are the way to go, so maybe Man City or Liverpool again. Arsenal are coming forward here. Decore's done well there, to be fair. And they're coming away. Arsenal not really committing many forward at the moment. Mark, buy a Sideshow Bob wig for DT as he keeps defending Xhaka, says Zayn Miasi. Yeah, but he has to defend Xhaka, doesn't he? Because he said he likes him, and I think you do get stubborn at times. Love you, Mark, but Delafu, it's Deo Lefeo, says I love the music. Deo Lefeo. I just call him Delafu. Liverpool will back-to-back the Champions League, says Freddie Chandri. I think they've got a chance. So yeah, I think Man City or Liverpool, Real Madrid, and Juventus is an outsider, but I don't fancy Juventus, to be honest with you. Aubameyang's in the box here. Into Nelson. He's done well. Oh, I thought he'd slipped through one-on-one, but it was a good tackle. Starting to go end-to-end now. The old hooker on holiday. She's loving it. But Watford coming forward now with Sarr. Very fast player, but it's probably not the sort of game where he's going to get... he's probably better away from home because there's not going to be a lot of space to run into. Arsenal playing very deep. He's going to shoot, and he's got himself a corner. Would you take Renato Sanchez at Manchester United, Danny Collins? I don't know how good Renato Sanchez is now, but I probably would take Renato Sanchez at United just for numbers. Please subscribe if you're new. We're only 12 away from 89,500. Bottom right hand corner, please subscribe if you're new. And get involved. We've got 2 watch-alongs for you midweek in the Champions League. Liverpool versus Napoli. Tuesday, PSG versus Real Madrid. Wednesday, and nothing happens with the corner. And Arsenal, to be fair, they're getting closer and closer to a win. Because there's 15 minutes to go. And Watford... Oh, I tell you what. That's right into his bloody path as well. Right into his path. Watford just not clinical enough when the chances are coming. The cutback cross was there, and he swung at thin air. David Luiz caught late by Cleverly there. Wasn't much in it, if I'm honest with you. Over 3,000 of you good people watching. Thanks for joining us for this stream today. I tell you what, if Arsenal get the points, it's a bloody good 3 points for them. I don't think they've done enough. Yellow for Leno, says Dylan. I tell you what, this Sarr for Watford could be an interesting player. I mean, the trouble is, you see so many of these types of players, very exciting, good technique, can beat a man, but is he going to get enough goals for Watford? That's the thing. Is he just an exciting player with no end product? Watford need a goal scorer. Andre Gray doesn't look like he's doing it, does he? So 2-2 says Myth. Well, Arsenal. The thing is, if Watford are going to find it harder to score now because Arsenal are just going to start camping further and further back and trying to hit them on the break, but basically trying to defend what would be a very good 3 points for them. From Watford's point of view, I mean, that's sloppy there, passing from the back. Pepe is dead, says Luke Davis. He hasn't been very good today. I've got to be honest with you. He's not been that good. My best World Cup, Wayne Rogerson, was definitely Italia 90. M Dark says, what do you think about Sancho signing for Liverpool? Well, he ain't going to sign for Manchester United. Alvin Block says, will you do a studio tour so we can see your end? How would that work? Alvin Blocks? Yeah, but Jadon Sancho, he's going to go to a team that's in the Champions League. So everyone who thinks he's coming to United because he does pictures on Instagram of people with United shirts, he ain't going to come to United if we are, a team that's finishing 6th and he's back in the Europa League again. Why would he? He's one of the world's best up and coming players. So why would he do that? Well, in Decore, this game's going a little bit scrappy now, and I think Watford maybe have shot their boat in relation to how much of the ball they were getting. Arsenal's substitutions of Nelson and Torreira seem to have worked. Good play here by Pepe. Oh, I thought he was going to arrive. Torreira shoots, blocked out by Foster. I thought, for the moment there, I thought Pepe is going to arrive here. He had an injection of pace. Good bit of play there. You've got to move the ball quicker, Watford, here. They've got a 2v1. He's overlapping for you. Oh! He's given a penalty! Anthony Taylor has given a penalty. It will probably be looked at by VAR, so I don't know why David Luiz is moaning. But Mark, will there be Goldbridge statue outside Old Trafford, says Zayn Miassi. Zayn, your ass needs to be tweaking a little bit here because it's a penalty to Watford. That will be a penalty as well. Stonewall. David Luiz is going to get a bit of stick here. Sideshow Bob the clown. What a prat. He leaves his left leg out. It will be a penalty. They've got to score it first. And that'll be unfortunate for... Well, it's unfortunate for Arsenal, but it is a penalty. And it's going to be... Is it Pereira who takes it? Troy Deeney's there with his coffee watching. Here we go. Penalty time. Leno. This is the chance for Watford. You're bottom of the league, lads. Don't be missing this. He looks nervous to me. This Watford striker looks nervous. Here we go. Steps up. He scores! It's 2-2. It's Watford with the goal. And Arsenal's defence, every year, they do it. Like a poppadom in a blender. They're falling apart. It's 2-2, and you've got to say that Watford deserve it. Sideshow Bob the clown leaves his leg out like a clown prop, and it's 2-2. And Watford thoroughly deserve that in the second half. And I tell you what, AFTV and chill is on, isn't it? The old flip-flops are coming out. They've been there smugly 2-0 up, and they've bottled it. And to be honest with you, for the Arsenal fans out there that actually are credible and nice, you've got to say, what are you doing in that second half? You remind me of Manchester United at Wolves and at Southampton. But you're 2-0 up. We've been 1-0 up and blown it. And where's your performance? It's like you think you've won that game. Arsenal think they've won that game, and they've blown it. It's not over yet. Of course, Arsenal probably will go and get a winner, but you're 2-0 up, lads. You're 2-0 up. Where's your performance to go and get that game done? You've absolutely invited Watford in with the lube. You've bent over and said, see what you can do in 45 minutes. And look, they looked like they might be holding out, but David Luiz said, wait a minute, here's my clown act, and it's 2-2. Can Arsenal now... It would just be typical, actually. It would be typical of it would be bloody typical of Arsenal to go and get a goal now. But if they did, and I was an Arsenal fan, I would be like, why haven't you done that when you were 2-0 up? Why haven't you gone and killed the game? Because they could have done. But it's Watford on the attack here. Lovely takedown. Give it to Pereira. Still Watford on the attack. Decore. Are we going to get a winner, people? Are we going to get a winner? I'm about to change the score, but things are happening and Watford are attacking. Cross comes in. David Luiz clears. It's not 2-1. It's 2-2. Thoughts of City losing yesterday, Sir Sebastian Anderson? It was good. Zayn Miassi, our theme tune at the Emirates should be the Simpsons theme tune. We are a joke. Well, are you going to lose this game from 2-0 down? Because that would be really embarrassing. Don't shoot, Decore. Still 10 minutes to go in this game. Good cross. Overhead. Cleverly. Delafou. Oh, I thought he'd found the bottom corner. He probably should have done. He should have done. It fell to him in the box. He should have scored. That probably was the chance for Watford to beat Arsenal. Cross comes in. Cleverly makes a bit of a hash of it, but finds Delafou. And he's got to score from there. He's got to score from there. He has got to score from there. It absolutely falls perfectly for him. And inches wide. But Watford are in again. They're in again. They're queuing up. Where's Arsenal's defence? Seriously, where is their defence at the moment? They just look shot. Aubameyang's having to come back. Goes to Delafou. Holds it up. These Arsenal lads don't look like they want to attack. Cross. Out by Kolasinac. Oh, good play by, I think that was Pepe. There's a chance here. Oh, too weak. Too weak from Aubameyang there. And he knows it. And Watford have got the ball back. Oh. It's hard to know where this game's going to go, but Arsenal just look... Arsenal are playing like they've got 10 men. You know, I actually can sympathise with Arsenal fans today having a bit of a moan because you shouldn't be 2-0 up. If I always think about it from my club's position, and if I was 2-0 up away to Watford and sat here with 5 minutes to go thinking we're hanging on, you'd be like, what's the mentality of these players? Delafou's got loads of space out on that left-hand side. There he goes. You'll have him on toast here. Still 2-2. About 5 minutes to go, and then we've got stoppage time. But Arsenal here, they've got to be unhappy. They've got to be unhappy. Into the box again, Decore. Why is he shooting? Cleverly. Oh, I tell you what, I thought that was going in. David Luiz heads it over the top. Inadvertently, I don't know. But it was, let's have a look from behind. That's what she said. Comes to Cleverly on the edge of the box. He hits it. I think it was probably going in, you know. I think that was going to go in. That was going in, says Sam Stewart. Exciting. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner. We will be back for Liverpool versus Napoli. Watch along on Tuesday and PSG versus Real Madrid on Wednesday. But this game, it's a get again. We've picked a good game. We've picked a good game. Watford versus Arsenal. 2-2. About 5 minutes to go. Corner to Watford. Corner to Watford here. He's not took it yet. There's a bit of pushing in the box. Cross comes in. Leno punches. Watford will pick it back up with Decore. Nice little ball there. Delafou should be able to put the cross in again. Hit it. Oh, why didn't you hit it? Rubbish shot. Absolutely rubbish. I must be honest, Watford as well, they're very wasteful in the final third. And you must think, actually, if David Luiz doesn't leave his foot in, would Watford have got that second goal? For all the possession and all the pushing they've done, would they have got the second goal? Because I don't think... I mean, they had 9 shots on target, Watford, and only 2 goals to Arsenal's 2. 2 from 4 for Watford. That's very strong. There's no way that's a foul. That was never a bloody foul. Never a foul. But he's given it anyway on Willock. There'll be a chance for Arsenal to put a cross in here. Could I do a watch along tomorrow for Villa versus West Ham? Unfortunately, it's the United stand calling at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, so I can't. Will Arsenal... I said I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal went and got a goal, because they've done sod all in the second. I don't even think... Reece Nelson had a chance, didn't he? I can't really think of many chances that Arsenal have had in this game at all. Oh, what a wasteful ball that is. And Sarr is fast. He's fast, and it's a bit of a 2v2. What are you trying to do? And that was a bit of a silly ball to play, but cleverly he'll pick it up and he'll feed it into Delafeu or Delafoo or whatever. Least favourite Star Wars film, says the JFA show. Come on, it's easy. Attack of the Clowns. I always thought it was Phantom Menace, but Attack of the Clowns is crap. Starring David Luiz. Reece Nelson's won it well here. But Decore's back at him. Watford have had so much energy in this game. They definitely deserve a point. But football's not about what you deserve. And Arsenal are coming forward here. Can they create a chance? Oh, he could have done. It came to Xhaka, and his first touch was terrible, and it's gone out for a goal kick. That could have been a big chance for them. The Last Jedi is horrible, says Denzel Silva. The Last Jedi is quite good. The Last Jedi is quite good. It's dark. Oh no, The Last Jedi. I'm thinking about the Revenge of the Sith. The Last Jedi wasn't great. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to be fair. I don't know why I'm doing all this. I'm going to be fair. In the grand context of things, if Arsenal draw this, it's not a bad point. It's just the situation, how you've drawn the game, would be massively irritating from being 2-0 up. But it's not... I think if you were offering a point to them before the game, of course you're never going to take it. But you're going to expect Watford to have a little bit of a bounce back, aren't you, with a new manager? So, you know... It's not the end of the world for Arsenal, but they would be level on points with Spurs and level on points with Manchester United, I think, which would suggest they haven't had such a great start to the season, because I don't think Spurs and United would say they've had a great start to the season. And Arsenal would remain in 7th or 6th because they haven't got a very good goal difference, so they would be level on points with Leicester, United, Spurs and Chelsea, which I'm sure Arsenal fans wouldn't be too happy with. Zane's gone very quiet at the moment. Decore's going to hit it. I think he got a bit greedy there. Watford. Oh, they're going to get a runner on here. Aubameyang. What a run. What a run. Get rid of it. Oh, I tell you what, it was nearly a bloody goal, that. What a run it was. And I don't know who it was on the run. Mark, what's your thoughts on City potentially spending another 100 million in January for a centre-back, says Swan and Saman. They'll probably go and buy Koulibaly, won't they? They probably will. But, can you know, everyone mocks it, but actually, if they've got owners who want to be successful, it just makes everybody else look stupid. Here's Delafeu in the box, lays it off to Cleverly, who blocks the shot. He doesn't block the shot, and that's a foul, and it'll be a yellow card as well. One for the team there by Capoue. Didn't want Arsenal running at them again. A little bit of a breather for everybody. Who's worse, Xhaka or Matic, says Christopher Krumov. I haven't even noticed that Xhaka was on the pitch today, to be honest. I think he's pretty average, but... Arsenal are going to want more from Pepe, aren't you? Nelson. Knocked to the floor too easy there. Watford, look at the power from Decore here. This is where Decore becomes a good player. And Zaha, as they go into the box, is up against David Luiz. What a save by Leno. Should have won it. Watford should have won it there. The cutback by Zaha was there to Decore. He has got to finish that. He has got to finish that. That was the chance. That was the chance. And Leno's made a good save. Decore's like, I can't believe it. It's De Lo Feo, says Mark. Deo Lefeo. Okay, that's from Alpha Music. Well, Deo Lefeo or Delafeu, he's been my man of the match. But this was brilliant by Sarr. And Decore's got to finish. What a miss. Lovely. He deserved the goal as well because his powering run was brilliant, but it was the chance to win it. And Watford manager knows it as well. Will Arsenal now get a chance at the other end? That's what football can be cruel. We've only got about a minute left, so Mark, I can't take it. I've decided to go and watch The Simpsons. Zayn Miassi, you're watching The Simpsons here. You're watching it. Is there time for another chance? Only a minute left. I think at this point I would take a point if I was Watford. You absolutely deserve all three, but just be careful you don't leave the door open. You know, that was probably the chance from Decore that he should have scored it. $40 left. Decent cross to the back stick. He's given the foul cleverly. So that should be about it. I'd say Watford have done really well and probably deserve to win it. I think Arsenal lucky to get a point. Really lucky to get a point. What a disgrace, says Andres Roku. What do you think in the live comments? I think Arsenal have been very lucky to get a point. Very lucky. I know from 2-0 down, 2-0 up at half time you should win the game, but Watford have absolutely steamrolled you in this second half and they deserve to get 3. And it finishes 2-2. Watford, Arsenal, 2-2. Look, what a great game to watch. What a great game to watch. Really, really enjoyed it. But look, Arsenal lucky to get a point. I don't care what anybody says. No way did Arsenal do anything near enough at the end. But I always have to look at it because that's football. I've got to look at it in an even-handed way, and I've got to say, if that's Manchester United, I'm bloody furious. Because you're 2-0 up at half time, and then you end up nearly losing the game, and you actually draw a game. It's not Man City, it's Watford. With all due respect, it's Watford, and what we saw in the first half is Watford have got loads of energy. They move the ball around really well, but at the back they're weak. They're weak at the back, and Arsenal didn't even create anything in that second half. They didn't exploit that. Arsenal should have gone and got the third goal at some point and won that game. So if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be looking at that and I'd say, what is going on with the mentality in our team? You know, you're looking at people like Xhaka, meant to be the captain, invisible. I wouldn't blame Aubameyang. 2 chances, 2 goals. He's done his job. Pepe, are you getting enough from Pepe? But yeah, as a collective team, that was a terrible second half. Nobody comes out of it with any real. Leno saved that chance at the end. That's given you a point really, but it was poor from Arsenal. Very, very poor second half, and they're not learning, are they? They're the same old Arsenal. They're vulnerable, and the thing is, every game Arsenal play now, whether they're 2-0 up at half time, wherever, teams are going to think you can get at them, and it's going to get into them as well. And as for signing David Luiz, he's a good player, but he's done what he does. He's Krusty the Clown. He makes mistakes. And, architects of their own downfall, maybe. But Watford, to be honest with you, they scored 2 goals because they were handed 2 very easy chances. Other than that, they need to be more potent up front. They need Troy Deeney back because their finishing needs to improve because they should have won that game, really. Tobias Grenfell says, no way on earth is this Arsenal side favourites against United. Jesus Christ, that was incredible poor. Even United wouldn't have been dominated like that. Well, it sets it up nicely, isn't it? The game after next, United against Arsenal is going to be very interesting. Thanks everybody for watching. Please do subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. I'm live again at 8 o'clock on the United Stand for our Sunday night show. The next watch along on here is Tuesday night. I think it's 8 o'clock kickoff, Liverpool versus Napoli. We're also doing PSG versus Real Madrid on Wednesday night. A week today will be the next Premier League watch along, which is Liverpool versus Chelsea. And obviously we'll have FIFA stuff during the week as well. So make sure you subscribe. I'll speak to you all soon. I'll see you on the United Stand at 8 o'clock if you're joining me for that.